Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show. Today is Friday, March the 4th, 2016. And guess what? It's cloudy, cold, and snowing. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed this, but I've been out here every Friday this year, and we have not had one sunny day. Unfreaking believable. It's got to end sometime, but it's not going to end today. All right, today we're going to talk about those darn UPC codes and item specifics, and we're also going to talk about returns. I read your comments in last week's video, and I was very, very surprised to read that a couple of people complained that I did not address those darned UPC codes and item specifics. Guys, I did talk about them. I devoted an entire video to them about 2 months ago when eBay first brought this up and said these were new requirements. Maybe you guys didn't catch it, or maybe you did and forgot, but I'm going to rehash it again today. I realize it is an important point. A lot of the people in the Facebook groups have been running around, some with misinformation and some just totally confused. So we're going to go over it today, right now, and we're going to discuss why it's happening and what you have to do if you haven't done it already. First of all, why is it happening? eBay is not doing this to dick us over. This is a Google thing, okay? Google is requiring all new items to have UPC codes. The reason Google is changing their ways is because this goes back to about 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, when Google and eBay had that incident where Google removed eBay's items from their search. Remember that? And all of us suffered. All of us eBay sellers suffered. So Google is now telling eBay this is the way it's got to be if you want to be in our search. eBay is turning to us, the sellers, and saying this is what Google is saying. So please don't think that eBay is trying to dick us over or make us more work. That is not the case. eBay is telling us what we need to do to stay high in search. Okay? Got it? All right. So given that, there are three type items. There are new items, there are new other, which we'll get to in a second, and there are used. New items are required to have UPC codes. Many times those UPC codes can be found right on the box. Sometimes they can't be. With new items, other, sometimes those are brand new items that don't have the original packaging, or they're new with tags and no UPC codes. If you do not have a UPC code for that item, you can write in does not apply. All right? And if you're selling used items, like a lot of my items are used, you are not required to have UPC codes. However, they do want you to write does not apply in that field, in the UPC code field. Now, several problems have arisen, and one has occurred with me. I, as you know, I try and list almost every day, but I don't. But as I've been listing the last few months, I know I have been updating my listings to say does not apply in the UPC field. However, I was really taken aback a couple of days ago when I went and checked my listings, and I found that a large number of them did not have does not apply. So what I have to do is I have to manually now edit every single listing that is affected. You cannot bulk edit the UPC field right now through eBay. There is no way to bulk edit that field. It's crazy, it's insane, but it's true. So if you haven't done it, guys, go through all your listings and check to be sure either you have the UPC code typed in or you have typed in does not apply. My listings aren't all done either, guys, so don't feel bad. Now, for those of you guys who haven't done it, do not worry. eBay is not going to end your listings, and they are not going to kick you off eBay. What it means is your items will be lower in search. Whereas if somebody Googles, let's just say you're selling a certain t-shirt, the person who has the UPC code will get top search results, while you who have nothing will be down at the very bottom. Okay? Are you with me on this? Now, the fact is, as I said, on my used items, actually almost all of my used items have no UPC codes. So I've been typing in does not apply. And as I've said, a lot of mine, I haven't even typed that in yet because I'm behind. I didn't realize how behind I was. But the point I want to make, guys, is my sales have been super good this week. Super good. Which means I am not being punished by Google because I don't have UPC codes in. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's because some of the items have been selling very well and they're high up in search. But what I'm going to do now is we're going to go to some screenshots and I'm going to do you a walkthrough about those darn UPC codes and item specifics. I'm going to show you how I have one of my listings set up, and it's a listing I've chose specifically because it's a successful listing, one that's been selling quite a bit, and this proves we will still do well on eBay. So let's do a cutaway. Let me show you this right now, this little tutorial, and I'll come back on camera. And when I come back on camera, it'll still be snowing. Okay guys, let me give you a really quick look at adding item specifics. I chose this particular listing of mine because it has been doing very well. I have sold several of these recently, in fact one earlier. So I know that this particular listing is working and we can use this one as a guide. First of all, this happens to be a used item that I'm selling. So for the UPC code, does not apply. If you're selling used items, you are not required to add a UPC code. Next, under item specifics, first you have your brand. In this case, it happens to be a Buick hub. Next, we have the manufacturer's part number, which can often be found on the back of the item, but not always. Next in line, we have the interchange part number, which is a Hollander number. And a Hollander book is a directory of parts that is used worldwide by auto parts dealers, and this book also has many manufacturers' part numbers in it as well. Next, you check off the placement of the vehicle, where the item fits, your surface finish, which in this case is metal. Very important, country, region of manufacture. This comes into play if you're using the global shipping program. They need to know where the item is made so that they can apply any required tariffs to it when they are shipping it to the country of your buyer. Then you got your part brand and stuff like that. It is important that you fill in as many item specifics as you can for your particular item. Keep in mind, your form will not look exactly like mine unless you're in the auto parts field. If you happen to be selling coins or stamps, or you might be selling toys, it's going to be a slightly different form, but hopefully this will give you guys an idea about item specifics. Alright guys, you saw the little tutorial. I hope you found it helpful. I realize that your screen will not look exactly like mine, so don't worry about that. But just use mine as a guide. Try and fill in as many item specifics as you can to get your item up in search. It's very, very important. Okay? So what I'd like to know from you guys right now is, how complete are your listings? Have you entered your UPC codes where needed, or have you typed in does not apply where applicable? Tell me below. If you're running behind and you don't have them all done, I'd like to know about that too, because I'm really, really behind. I would have started this weeks and weeks ago, only I didn't realize that for some reason some of them didn't take. I don't know why. Only a small fraction of them took. So I've been editing every day this week, and I've been updating, and I'll get it done. And I'm not worried. The sky is not freaking falling. The only thing falling is the snow, okay? Items are still selling. So keep that in mind. Do not worry, okay? It will work out. Kabish? All right. If you have any questions on UPC codes or item specifics or any statements, type them below. Let's get on to the next topic, which is returns. I have learned a lesson, guys, and it's happened to me several times before, and I've never brought it up to you, but I'm bringing it up now. Several times in the past, most recently last Friday, I came out here on camera. I opened my big mouth and I said, I haven't had any returns this week. And it's like a signal. Right after I make that claim, the returns come in for... Nice. It's freaking windy out here, guys. You know, if you see the sign falling when I'm talking, tell me. So I can... God damn it. So last week, I came out here and I said I had no returns. Do you know last Friday evening, within 1 hour, I swear to Christ, I had 3 returns within 1 hour. 3 of them. All because the person purchased the wrong size. Now, as I've said before, it's the nature of the beast when you're selling in the auto parts or when you're selling in clothes. It's going to happen. People are going to buy the wrong size. I accept that. After I had those 3 returns, I had 1 more. Get this. This one boggled my mind. Guy buys an item, pays instantly, because I require immediate payment. Within 10 seconds, I'm not kidding, he writes to me through eBay contact system. Am I getting all 4 items for $39.95 with free shipping, or am I getting just 1? This is after he makes the purchase. I said, sir, if you see 1 in the picture, if the title says 1, if the description says 1, chances are you're getting 1. He writes right back to me, cancel the order. I thought I was getting all 4 for $39.95 shipped to California. Ugh. I don't get that. That's one thing I don't get, is how a person could see a picture of 1. The title says 1. The description says 1, and they think they're getting 4. Anyway, I canceled it. I just thought that you guys would get a chuckle out of that. I used to get them quite often. I don't get them as much as I used to, but I'm still getting them. In other news, last, I think it was Sunday, I made what I would think is a cool video about FDR's private railway car, which was discovered under the streets of New York City on East 49th Street and is sealed off to the public. I was granted access along with some friends of mine and some people from the Screen Actors Guild. We went down there, we checked it out. I did a cool video. If you want to check it out, maybe I'll put the link below. I was hoping we had some historians and urban explorers in the group, like myself. I love that kind of stuff, and I'll be putting more videos out like that in the near future. The only reason I haven't put any out is because of this freaking rancid weather. Cloudy, cold, and either rain or snow every day, man. But anyway, I was able to do it last Sunday because we were underground, well beneath the streets. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video if you saw it. But as far as eBay is concerned, to rehash this week, sales were very good. No problems. I did have 4 returns. But again, in all fairness, the 3 people who did buy the wrong size are sending the items back at their own expense. So, I mean, you know, there's nothing else you can do. I'm sure you guys who sell on Amazon get returns as well. As far as those darn UPC codes and item specifics, guys, it's just something we have to live with. We'll get over this. Don't worry about it. I hope my tutorial was helpful to you. If you have any questions, comments, whatever, you know what to do. Do your thing below. I'm Crazy New York Driver. You're not. None of you are Crazy New York Driver. I am. Thanks for watching. See you guys next Friday. But I have a question. Do you think, is there any possibility we'll see some sun next Friday? I say no. I don't see that happening. Nah. Anyway, that's it. See ya. Peace!